toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri, home of the Missouri Tigers. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Iowa State Cyclones, taking on a team from the SEC, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Iowa State's offense will have first crack at this one. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. And this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. The inside handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. You can tell they pull the trigger so fast. Get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Cyclones have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Gonna run it. It's Hansen. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw, it's Beck. He's going to throw deep right side. Catch inside the 25. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Cyclones are on the move. They go to the ground. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
This offense came out of the tunnel red hot. The opening drive of the game, they get it all the way down close inside the opponent's goal line, and on 2nd down now, you're going the wrong way. Not good enough up front protecting the quarterback. It's a huge loss. Now setting up 3rd and long, and that's a play the defense just had to have.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He stopped right at the 15-yard line. Needed a little bit more to move the chains. Chip shot field goal from here, but will they go for it on 4th down? Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And the attempt is no good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. The Tigers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
So Missouri will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Cyclones coming off a program record for wins, their second-best bowl finish ever, and who could forget that Pop-Tart Bowl victory over Miami. Matt Campbell continues to have the Clones flourishing.
Yeah, made it to the Big 12 championship game. Now they're trying to take the next step. You've got Rocco Becht at quarterback. He's a really good young talent, David, and someone I know they want to keep building around.
He's just fun to watch, man. He makes all the plays. Will scramble if he needs to. Been really good late in close games. That was something a year ago. They won a bunch of those games. But you're right, Reese. In the beginning, Matt Campbell, he's still here.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Scanning the field, it's Becht. Catch in the middle, it's Townsend. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Oh, the attempt is no good. It happens to miss, guys. The score stays right where it is.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. You're trying to break this scoreless tie, and instead you knock it off the post.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Sets up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
We talked to the coaches coming into this one. They know field position was going to be a huge factor for them winning this one. They had a really nice punt earlier in this game. Great job getting down and covering it. Won't surprise me if they decide to play it safe again here on fourth.
They booted away on fourth down. He makes the fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. The Cyclones with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
And the pass is incomplete. Charged loose by the hit. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Back to throw, it's Beck. Pocket breaking down. Lofts one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Catches it at the 30. Slips through the line. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Off the play fake on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on first down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint, but does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the first down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Finds a tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Power football with the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. He's got it. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
The give to the tailback. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
The Tigers are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Catch in the middle. It's Harris. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just try to get to him, try to get him on the ground. But this defense is choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, and you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. He splits the upright. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Makes the catch. It's Hansen. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
Got a man, it's Hansen. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. I like this taking the safe play, getting the positive gain, and seeing if you can build some momentum.
And I think it's making the right play, Reese. That's where quarterbacks get in trouble sometimes when they get too aggressive and then they get behind the sticks a little bit. I see a lot of space, take advantage of it, get it to my running back, let him chew that up, and now it's easier on the next down.
Grab behind the line. It's Hansen. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds a yard short at the 49. And the Cyclones getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Beck. Gets it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackled.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here comes the heat. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wide receiver going in motion. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Coleman. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
But when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield very late in the half. Finds his big tight end. He's run out of bounds, and they'll say he stepped out at the 27.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. He'll pull it down. Did the work himself. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. On 1st and goal, Missouri will try to strike Pater. From the gun, looking for a man. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
The Cyclones will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll start this third quarter with a run. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Quick completion on the out. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way. At least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have it.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Fighting off the defender. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Makes a grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. They want to throw it. Got it set up on the outside. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The idea on that one was to pop a big play on 3rd down, but they got a 0.
Then you got to give credit to the defense. When the defense is able to play pass and think rush the passer, and react like that to the screen. Because you don't play screen, you react to screen. Good reaction. Great job getting to the running back, getting the tackle for a loss.
Right down the boulevard. They double their lead up to 6 here in the 3rd quarter. Made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively. Kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
And the Cyclones with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Beck. Out of the backfield, he's open. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Jackson. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Beck saved his best for last in 2024. 4 touchdowns to seal a classic Pop-Tart Bowl win. Unfrosted still better. This year he's going to have to get used to some new receivers, and they're going to need some guys to step up, David.
Unfrosted, absolutely not better first. That was blasphemous. You should never get away with that again. But Rocco Beck, he had a great, solid season. Came up in the clutch when they really needed him down the stretch of games. Another year in the system. Interested to see what the Cyclones can do now.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Townsend. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And there you see the arm talent by the quarterback. Throwing a curl route into zone coverage, you've got to get the ball there quickly. And you saw the cannon this QB has.
The Cyclones are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Beck. Grab near the marker. It's Hansen. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
You see this more and more in college football. Motion the running back out of the backfield. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if it's man coverage. Does the linebacker go and chase him? If he does, guess what I get to do? Take advantage of my matchup. I like my speed better than yours.
He'll pull it on the read. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the dude.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's got an open man. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stance of the game, and we'll start with the first down. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
And the Cyclones come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Wants to throw. It's Beck. He's got it on the move. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throwing catch.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fellow, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That's a play you just love to have back. It's 3rd and 1. You're trying to take a shot. You're trying to take advantage of man coverage. You've got to give your quarterback more time to get that ball out.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Field goal is good. The lead is down to a field goal.
And that's massive. All the pressure on your defense now. You've made the field goal. You've got to get the ball back. You need one more kick. That's what you need. And so the defense has to be ready to take the field right now, play with intensity, play with energy, and get it back to the offense quickly.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to sling it on 2nd down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on 1st down, sack on 2nd down, and now on 3rd down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That's caught. It's Hardy. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
You know good and well the quarterback wanted to push the ball down the field, wanted to throw for the 1st down. Couldn't do it because the defense had taken it away. He did the right thing. Didn't turn it over. Dumped it off to his running back. His running back got some positive yards. But guess what? Now it's decision time. It's 4th down.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Quick completion to the right. He just slips and slides his way down to the 42. The Cyclones can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
To throw, it's Beck. Got his man in the middle. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Cyclones are flying down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Hansen. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play. The Cyclones now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
And the Cyclones need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. To the air. It's Beck. He's got it on the run. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
This offense hasn't been able to find the end zone with a GPS and a slide rule. Touchdown, Iowa State! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Pulls it in on the right. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The lone back's got it. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
To the air on 2nd down. Caught near the sideline, it's Hardy. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, I love the body control there by the running back. He had to catch that right on the sideline, make sure he had his feet in bounds, try and pick up some positive yards.
3rd down coming up after that completion. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Off play action on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays.
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
This one's big to make sure they can't beat you with a field goal. He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. So it's an 80-yard drive. And how about that for a capper? The likely game winner in the waning moments. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Back to throw, it's Beck. Quickly out to the tight end. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.